salat on our beloved sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. يروي ابن ماجه في سننه بسند صحيح عن عبد الله بن سلام رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. Tonight's hadith, we're continuing the theme of Jannah hacks, the opportunities to do khair. They are simple and easy to do, yet they have magnificent reward, the reward of Jannah and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's pleasure. Tonight's hadith from the collection of Ibn Majah, and it's an authentic chain of narration, narrated to us by Abdullah ibn Salam radiallahu anhu. He says, قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا أيها الناس أفشوا السلام وأطعموا الطعام وصلوا الأرحام وصلوا بالليل والناس نيام تدخلوا الجنة بسلام. عليه الصلاة والسلام said, and this is the first address. He's just arriving in Medina عليه الصلاة والسلام from the Hijrah, and this is his first public address to the people. And he says عليه الصلاة والسلام, O people, spread peace, feed others, strengthen or uphold the ties of kinship, and pray at night when the people are sleeping. You will enter Jannah peacefully. Now, alayhi salatu salam, this is the first public address. He could have, alayhi salatu salam, ordered for or talked about the commandments that are for the fara'id, or halal and haram. Or he could have, alayhi salatu salam, talked about, Quraysh is anything about Quraysh and how they're chasing us and they could potentially cause us, be a threat to us. He could have mentioned many things. The first thing he said was, make sure you spread peace, make sure you care for others, make sure you establish relationships with your family, make sure you focus on your family, and make sure that you have a connection with Allah in solitude. And if you notice this hadith, it's really focusing on human connection. The human connection is what the Prophet ﷺ advised everybody the first thing he said when he arrived to Mecca alayhi salatu wasalam. And last week we talked about the importance of building masajid, right? If you build a house for Allah, Allah will build a house for you in Jannah. Today we're talking about building society. These are the pillars of building a prophetic society: relationships, compassion, and sincerity. And these are presented to us in this hadith through these 4 actions that the Prophet ﷺ said. Now, these are available to anyone. You don't need to be a scholar to do these. You don't need to be somebody with deep understanding of faith. You don't need to be wealthy or have status. These are attainable by everybody. Afshu salam, spread peace. At'imu ta'am, feed others. Your neighbors, when you go out, invite somebody with you, you see somebody in need, give them something, feed others. It's open. There's no restriction, there's no limitation, there's no condition whatsoever. Silul arham. Make sure your family ties are strengthened. Make sure you keep focused on those family ties. And make sure you have a deed between you and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the middle of the night, the prayer that nobody knows about, while people are sleeping. And you will enter Jannah safely or peacefully. And if you look at this hadith, 3 out of the 4 pieces of advice have to do with outward, public relationships with people, right? Social. This shows us that Islam is not just a spiritual deen. It's a social one, an emphasis on the social factor. Especially in today's society when we have the hyper-independence, isolation, people keeping to themselves. Me, it's all about how I feel, what I want, what do I want to do, how do others impact my life. It's all about me, my, I. Islam is saying no. This hadith is saying no, it's not about you. It's about serving others, showing compassion for others. And so this hadith reminds us of that. And what I love about this hadith is the last part too. Sallu bil-layli wan-nasu niyam. Pray at night when people are sleeping. Why when people are sleeping? Why at night? Because this is the time when nobody sees you and nobody can thank you or appreciate you or talk highly of you for what you're doing. This is what makes the heart alive. You need this so that the other 3 are sincere. Because if you're doing this in the middle of the night and no one's watching but Allah, That's sincerity. And to make sure you're sincere with all the other things that are public. This is vital. This is important. So I remind myself and everybody, inshallah ta'ala, these are simple things. 2 rak'ahs in the middle of the night, you can pray them right before Fajr to make it easy. Watch out for other people. See what their needs are. Feed them. Right? Make sure you call your family. Make sure you connect with them on a regular basis. And spread salam. Spread peace. Simply as assalamu alaikum to people you know and you don't know. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those who practice these. يروي ابن ماجه في سننه بسند صحيح عن عبد الله بن سلام رضي الله عنه قال قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يا أيها الناس أفشوا السلام وأطعموا الطعام وصلوا الأرحام وصلوا بالليل والناس نيام تدخلوا الجنة بسلام. صدق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب